Page 24, Reindeer Rock. Apparently a rock and roll song for reindeer, I'm not sure. Let's look it over. It's about a page and a half long. That's longer than that because of the DCL Fini, but it's only a page and a half of music to learn. The clef signs are still treble and bass clef. We're 2 sharps in the key signature. We're in the key of D major. Make sure you're doing the scale for D major. 1 octave up and down. 4/4 time signature. I look it over, I see a bunch of quarter notes, dotted half notes, whole notes, half notes, no eighth notes. Both hands are sort of playing together, maybe a little sort of, I don't know. I'm going to take it one hand at a time first to make sure I understand what each hand is doing. Because the right hand here, you got these chords at the beginning. The first chord is a D chord here. You need to learn to recognize the chords so when you see it in the music, you think of it as one thing. Oh, it's just a D chord. Not 3 separate notes. Now, what are these notes I got to do? It's just one thing, a chord. And then a C chord. You have a C natural because it would be a C sharp if it weren't, but the natural sign is it's a C chord. So it's a D chord. Just moving around here a little bit. Might have to look down for that one at first, but eventually you even want to get where you can do this, even with a black key involved, without looking. Someday, huh? Tied, and then the next line it is a G chord and then an F chord because you have a natural sign in front of the F and the C both. Otherwise they'd both be sharped. So it's F. It's just G chord, F chord. Top of page 25, we're back to the D and C chords. And then the second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that fingering is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You're fine there. You cross over for one note. You need to practice. It's good to do it. You don't have to. We have 2 Ds at the beginning of that measure. This is the 3rd measure in the second line on page 25. 2 Ds. I can change hand position on those repeated notes. I could go a 1, 2. Then I didn't cross over. So I got to leave that between you and your teacher. The fingering style I use and teach is I don't cross over the thumb if I don't have to. Here I don't have to because I can move. However, you need to practice the crossing over the thumb. So if you need to practice at it, then I would encourage you to finger it like it's in the book. And get to that where you don't have to look at the keyboard either. You can feel this. Don't cross. If you're doing the scale, this should be easy because you just relax, your thumb will move. Just relax and you're big deal, okay? Let's go on. 3rd line. Now the 3rd line, see we have this chord here, the E minor chord. However, it has an 8/8 under the staff. So remember, 8/8, if it's above the staff, you go up, and if it's below the staff, you go down. Well, this is under the staff, so instead of here, we're going to come down here, and they're all down here. So it's 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have this mess going on. Well, let's just check it out carefully. Let's see what's happening. You're playing a B, a whole note, and that's tied to a dotted half note. So you're going to hold that down for 7 counts. And then on beat 2, you're playing the G. That's dotted half note. It is tied to the next measure, so you're going to hold it down for 6 counts. And then on beat 3, you play the E. And that's tied to the next measure. You're going to hold it down for 5 counts. You're just holding, you're finger pedaling the notes. You're just holding them down. That's all that is. You got all these curved lines going on. That's just telling you to tie it, each note. That's fine. And then the next line, we have the F sharp, A, C sharp. Remember the F sharp and C sharps in the key signature. But it has an 8/8 under it also. So now we're still down here. So you're coming from here to here. You're fine. And the fingering, you can use 1, 3, 5 if you want. I don't like being up in here, so I usually use this. If you have big fat fingers, that doesn't work anyway. So you got to do that. I'll leave that up to you. But that's... And at the end, again, same thing we just had. Hold the notes down after you play them. Here, that's all that's for. We're just finger pedaling the notes. We're holding them out longer than we would usually. That's fine, but we're holding them out longer. It's what the pedal would do. I know the pedal's being used. Forget that. We want the fingers to do what they hold these down. Yeah. Left hand. Well, left hand, we got this pattern here. This pattern is 2-1. So the finger, you're really here. These fingers are wherever they are. I don't care. Just these are the fingers we're after. This very common pattern in boogie woogie and blues type stuff. Sometimes you get this in rock. I'm just rolling the weight back and forth. And the second line, you're up here in G. Okay, page 25, second line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the D and the A together. Okay, third line, now we're up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the D is tied. Hang on to it. We're just adding these two notes to the mess the right hand is doing is all. Okay, and the last line, you just come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then again, you just hang on to them. And then we go back to the beginning. Okay, I'll talk about that a little later. So then I'll try to put the hands together. Well, in the third measure, it's only the first beat where they're together. Because the right hand's tied, so there's 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. That's the rhythm. Let's go over to page 25, second line. It's here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So once I get the hands sort of working together, I go back and then carefully and slowly and work out the hesitations. A steady beat. And then I'll think about the articulation. The staccatos, I'm hinging at the wrist. This other stuff, just connect it. First line, last measure on page 24. The right hand comes up on beat 4, the left hand's already done. Don't lift the hands at the same time. No. Please hold the right hand down until beat 4. Page 25, second line, staccato. Now accent and staccato. Accent, just play them a little louder. Okay, and that's just 2 counts on that last one. Don't hold it out longer than that. The third line, staccatos. So I'll put in the articulation, and then I add the dynamics. F at the beginning is forte. Well, it's rock music. It's going to be loud, pretty much. And it's both hands here, pretty much. Now when you get over to page 25, third line down, you come down a little bit to sort of loud. MF, mezzo forte, come down a little bit. And you stay that way for the last 2 lines. All right. Then the speed. Well, it depends on how fast you can play it accurately. Don't go faster than that. Fast rock beats, I don't know. Now they've added pedal in a couple of places. You don't need it. You can do just fine without, because you're finger pedaling. The hands are doing it. But if you want to add the pedal, go ahead. It adds the overtones, gives the flavor just a little bit. That's fine. It's a nice contrast. Because this is a fast piece, you got to pretty much push the pedal down with the note and lift it up on beat 4 of each line here, what they're doing. So on the third line on page 25, it's here and pedal. And lift the pedal in the hands at the same time on beat 4. Now, make sure you're still holding the notes down with the fingers though. Just because the pedal is doing it, you still do it with the fingers. And then the last line is here. And you lift the pedal up on beat 4. That's the pedal. However, like I said, you don't need the pedal. You can do it without. impression of it for now. A couple cups of coffee. I'd play it a little differently, I'm sure. So you don't need to copy me. You don't need to take it that fast. You decide. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to hear those. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way through. And here. Generally, we would accent a syncopated note. So on these, we would save the accent for the last one because we want, that's what we're expecting. That would be a regular rhythm. We're playing the last note sooner, so we accent it. So, bum, 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 bum. It throws that's syncopation. You can put that in each time too. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any louds and softs. I will do the staccatos and accents though, and we'll do the DC all fine. I'll do the pedaling like they're showing up. You don't need pedal, but I'll do it okay. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3 to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, rest.